देखिए, गांधी जी ने क्या रास्ता दिखाया था, उसी रास्ते पे तो राहुल गांधी चल रहे हैं।
ये जो लड़ाई है ये राजनीतिक नहीं है, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन को बचाने की लड़ाई है, वन मैन वन वोट की लड़ाई है। डरे हुए हैं, कायर हैं, सरकार कायर है।
Women MPs were dragged, women MPs have fainted, women MPs were manhandled.
अराजकता देश में एक अस्थिरता पैदा करने की एक सोची समझी रणनीति ये है।
Viewers, the Congress party under the banner of Rahul Gandhi is on a war path, and the message is loud, clear and unapologetic. Rahul's word is the law. Let me recap what has happened. The leader of opposition in the Lok Sabha has accused the Election Commission of India and the BJP-led NDA government at centre of orchestrating what he calls a Bhayankar Chori, a massive theft of votes in the 2024 Lok Sabha elections, armed with what he claims is 100% proof of voter fraud. Rahul Gandhi is rallying the opposition from the streets to the halls of parliament. The India bloc from Sadak to Sansad is echoing his cry, alleging a systematic assault on the democratic process. The Election Commission has called out the Congress for failing to attend a meeting they themselves sought with Karnataka's Chief Electoral Officer. Even in Delhi, the opposition panel refused to meet the EC today. Viewers, the poll panel has demanded, as you know, that Rahul Gandhi sign an oath, provide concrete evidence or stop what they call baseless allegations. But Rahul Gandhi has been defiant so far. He says he will not sign anything and that EC must act on their own documents. But viewers, in this high-stakes political drama, one man dared to step out of line. Karnataka's minister K.N. Rajanna made what some are calling the ultimate political misstep. He questioned Rahul Gandhi's narrative. Viewers, Rajanna, a Congress loyalist and a close aide of Chief Minister Siddaramaiah, pointed out an uncomfortable truth. The voter lists at the heart of this controversy were prepared under Congress's own watch in Karnataka. He asked, why did we remain silent? Why didn't we act when the irregularities happened right under our nose? Viewers, that moment of dissent, that flicker of independent thought cost him dearly. Within hours of Times Now reporting what he had said, the Congress High Command swung into action and with the nod of Chief Minister Siddaramaiah showed Rajanna the door. Sacked from the cabinet. His resignation was not just accepted, it was demanded. The message was swift and brutal. Viewers, defy Rahul Gandhi and you face political death. This is what Revanth Reddy had said. You would remember that. This is like a warning shot to anyone in the Congress who now dares to challenge Rahul Gandhi's narrative. Viewers, let's pause and reflect on what this means. The Congress is sending a signal, not just to its own ranks, but to the people of the country. Rahul Gandhi's word is supreme. No oath to the Election Commission, no attendance at their meetings, no deviation from the script. This is a party consolidating power around a singular figure, a leader who's positioning himself or trying to position himself as a moral arbiter of India's democratic fight. But viewers, at what cost? Is this unwavering loyalty to one man's vision a strength, or does it expose a deeper fragility within the Congress? That's for you to think and answer. A fear of dissent and a rejection of debate, or both? One doesn't know what this is. Viewers, Rahul Gandhi's allegation of voter fraud are serious. I've said it and I'm saying it again. No doubts about it. If true, they strike at the heart of our democracy. But the Congress's response, silencing their own, refusing to engage with the Election Commission's demand for proof, raises questions. Is this about justice Or is this about narrative control? Is this a fight for the people's vote or a calculated move to rally the opposition and cement Rahul Gandhi's unchallenged authority within the party? Viewers, then we have Congress leader Pramod Tiwari, who has dared to compare Rahul Gandhi to none other than Mahatma Gandhi, the father of our nation. Viewers, he claims Rahul is walking in Mahatma's hallowed footsteps. Really? Mahatma Gandhi's philosophy of Satyagraha was rooted in truth, a disciplined commitment to principles that transcended political gain. He did not just speak truth to power, he lived it, even if it meant going to jail or personal hardships. Rahul Gandhi's current crusade against the Election Commission is a serious charge, but it's delivered with political theatrics. Where Mahatma Gandhi sought dialogue and moral persuasion, Rahul's approach leans on confrontation and control. The sacking of Karnataka minister for daring to question Rahul's narrative is a reminder, a timely reminder at that. Dissent in today's Congress is met with political exile, political death, not the Gandhian introspection we've seen or read about. Sample the reactions.
ಈ ವೋಟರ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಯಾವ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು? ನಮ್ದೇ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಇರುವಾಗ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು. ಅವಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ಏನು ಕಣ್ಮುಚ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕೂತಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ. ಈಗ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ವೋಟರ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಡ್ರಾಫ್ಟ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಲ್ ರೋಲ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಪಬ್ಲಿಷ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಕರೀತಾರ ಇಲ್ವೋ? ಆದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಡ್ರಾಫ್ಟ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಲ್ ರೋಲ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಪಬ್ಲಿಷ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕೋ ಬೇಡಪ್ಪ? ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕೋ ಬೇಡ?
पक्ष तो पार्लियामेंट चलाने में उसका कोई रुचि नहीं है. एक पार्टी, एक फैमिली और एक व्यक्ति का मनमानी जो करता है वो संवैधानिक हो ही नहीं सकते. वो डेमोक्रेसी में वो लोग संविधान में विश्वास नहीं करते हैं.
Let's open this up. Shazia Ilmi, national spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Siddharth Sharma, the national spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party. Anish Gawande, national spokesperson of the NCP Sharad Pawar faction. Professor Anwar Pashaji, national spokesperson of the Rashtriya Janata Dal. Krishank Manne, national spokesperson of the BRS. Nikhil Jain on the show, and Karan Verma completes this panel. Nikhil, to you first. Rahul Gandhi has been compared to Mahatma Gandhi. Your thoughts on that?
Pranesh, first of all, I'm very glad that today you feel that Mahatma Gandhi was indeed the father of the nation and he did indeed fight the British, and today you're not found batting for Nathuram Godse, the first terrorist of independent India.
Mr. Jain, do you come prepared to get humiliated? Or does this happen when the show begins? 1 minute. How dare you? Where have I said anything praising Godse? 1 minute. Pull out the comment that you're referring to. Pull it out right now, Nikhil Jain.
Pranesh, did I ever say that you praised Godse?
Of course.
Did I ever say that
you just did? You just did. You just did.
No. Let's talk about the topic. Just one thing, that whenever you're talking about Rahul Gandhi, don't go about parroting like Rahul's narrative, Rahul's allegations. He's the leader of opposition in the Lok Sabha.
I said so.
Gandhi. When you talk about
I said so. Rahul Gandhi is the leader of opposition. Don't tell me. I know about it. I come prepared, Nikhil. Now answer the question. Let's not waste time, please.
Be that as it may, on the question, I'm glad that Karnataka minister was sacked, so that, you know, every single time we are on television and we are defending these people, these random leaders or some minister or some MLA from the Congress for making a statement that completely blows the narrative that the Congress party, that the opposition is trying to set, because what the opposition is talking about are questions of democracy, are questions that matter to the citizens. I don't care what a random MLA or a random minister says. Rahul Gandhi came out with an entire 1-hour press conference. He's shown so much proof in public domain, and yet the Election Commission is trying to batter around it. And what have they done with the Bihar SIR? That they've removed the PDFs that they earlier had and now they've put in scanned pages. Why could you not put documents that could be OCR'd? Why are you not answering to the substantial allegations that over 1 lakh fake voters were there? Why are you nitpicking about the fact that put this on the affidavit, put that on the affidavit? First of all, he does not require to put in the affidavit. In fact, the very job that Rahul Gandhi is doing today is not his job. It is the job of the Election Commission of India. But goddamn it, the Election Commission of India has become a parrot and an ally for the BJP, and that is what the problem is. Let's talk about the real issues.
Okay, now Nikhil, 1 minute. See how people like you do great disservice to the Congress party. You've said you are glad that Minister Rajanna was sacked. He's some random MLA. You don't care about any random minister. What's more important is to defend the honor of leader of opposition Rahul Gandhi. Let me break this to you. This random MLA, who was also a minister, comes from the tribal community. He's a member of the scheduled tribe. This is Congress's muhabbat for people who come from the ST community. And then you vow to, do justice to them. Then you said, no, 1 minute. For the Congress party, it is more important to defend what Rahul Gandhi has been saying, not social justice. So there was no show cause. He wasn't even given time. This is how democratic setup operates. Really, Professor Pasha, आपके तो अलायंस पार्टनर है सर. हम SIR पे इतना डिबेट कर चुके हैं, आगे भी चर्चा करेंगे. लेकिन ये क्या अप्रोच है? ये डेमोक्रेटिक अप्रोच है? एक मंत्री को ऐसे निकाल दिया और निखिल बोल रहे हैं कि रैंडम MLA, रैंडम मिनिस्टर.
Pranesh ji, good evening. Whatever happened today in Delhi, the people of the country have seen it. This is sheer murder of democracy. More than 300 elected members, the parliamentarians, they marched on to the Election Commission office. They wanted to register their protest against whatever the Election Commission is doing in connivance with BJP. And they were stopped. They were manhandled. Even the women parliamentarians were not spared. This is very unfortunate, and I condemn this. Whatever we are asking from the Election Commission, is it unconstitutional? We are asking from the Election Commission to provide a free and fair list, the roll of the electoral roll, and conduct the election impartially, so that the people can exercise their democratic rights and elect the government of their own choice. But what the Election Commission is doing? Election Commission is creating problems, and it has become the SIR in Bihar and all over. They are planning to do it all over India. It has become a drive to exclude the people from the roll. It is a theft on the democratic rights of exercising their rights of the common people. And what is more unfortunate is that especially the weaker section of the society, the Dalits, the backwards, the extremely backwards,
प्रोफेसर पाशा, आपसे मैंने सवाल ही वही पूछा था वीकर सेक्शंस पे. पता नहीं आपने कहां से शुरू कर दिया. मैं तो वीकर सेक्शंस की बात कर रहा हूं. ये जो मंत्री हैं जिनको निकाल दिया गया है, who was shown the door like they do in films, कि कोई शो कॉज नहीं हुआ, कोई मंत्री जी का रेस्पॉन्स नहीं लिया गया, बिकॉज उन्होंने वो लाइन लिया जो राहुल गांधी से मेल नहीं खाती है, उनको निकाल दिया गया. वीकर सेक्शन से आते हैं वो. एक शब्द उस पर भी बोलिए प्रोफेसर साहब.
Pranesh ji, whatever the decision Congress party has taken, I think this is correct decision.
Oh, so
this is the matter of discipline.
Injustice to a man who comes from the scheduled tribe community is okay because your alliance partner has done it. Now, had this happened in a BJP-ruled government, all of you would be there at Jantar Mantar protesting. SC/ST community के साथ injustice. Let's bring in Anish Gawande. Now, Anish will get to the voter fraud debate because, this has been going on. But I want you to, if you want to, there's no compulsion obviously. I want to hear your views on what the Congress has done to a minister.
Pranesh, I haven't been a national spokesperson for too long, but I've been one long enough to know that I should not be national spokesperson for another party on live television. So what the Congress party chooses to do with its ministers is certainly the Congress party's prerogative. On our part, we have had multiple opinions and differing opinions, to point out very directly, on vote chori allegations, on EVM allegations, and all of these should exist. But if I can just make a small point here, Pranesh. The point I want to make today is, this morning, Rahul Gandhi ji, the leader of opposition, along with 300 members of parliament, was treated in the most indecent manner. This evening, you had protesters who were protesting against the dog verdict of the Supreme Court, who were also rounded up in New Delhi. Is everyone in the country an urban Nakshal now? Is everyone an anti-national? Does nobody have the right to protest? The question is bigger. We'll get to, as you said very correctly, we'll get to voter list frauds. But when women members of parliament are treated this way, the Home Minister of the country, who I am sure will not condone this, should come to parliament tomorrow and apologize for what has happened this morning.
Okay, now that you've said your piece, Anish, one word for Rahul Gandhi, the leader of opposition, not following the norm. If you seek a meeting, you must at least go and attend it. The EC had responded to Jairam Ramesh's letter. No one turned up. They said we can accommodate 30 people.
But this is, no. Pranesh, I was part of the India Against Corruption movement. I was part of the Nirbhaya protest. When we went for protests like these, when the police denied permission, we went anyway. When the fight is for democracy, then the police should understand the Election Commission building is down the road over here. It's not causing a traffic jam. It's not...
You're not answering my question, Anish. And by the way, what happened in India Against Corruption movement, or the pictures are there, people know what happened. Water cannons were used to, on protesters. So that is the reality. Let's bring in Mr. Krishan. Mr. Krishan, I'm sure you remember what Revant Reddy had said. Defy Rahul Gandhi, meet your political death. Is that an example?
Well, that's a language of kings and kingdoms, where Mr. Revant Reddy said that it's a decree. Rahul Gandhi's statement is a decree and an order, and if anyone defies it, then it's only a death penalty. And that's what seems to be visible here, where Karnataka minister, scheduled tribe, I don't know, I'm surprised my friend says he's a random MLA, random minister, but the analyst Nikhil Jain, even I believe when he was not born, this Rajanna ji was in Congress. He was the Youth Congress leader. He rose up from the rank of Youth Congress, secretary of the Karnataka Pradesh Congress Committee, and grew up to become the minister of that state. And what did he question? Pranesh, while I'll tell you that recently our working president Shri KTR ji, along with our delegations and Rajya Sabha MPs, we met the Election Commission of India. We travelled all the way from Hyderabad, came and met the commission and raised up our issues on the election malpractices. They gave us time. We explained with all the material, and in fact, our leaders addressed the press there also. I think Rahul Gandhi ji could have done the same thing. What Rajanna ji raised today is a rightful question. Who actually prepares these draft electoral rolls? Who are those BLOs? Who are the returning officers? These are again state government officials. So in Karnataka, it was the Congress government. Here in Telangana, it is the Congress government. And now if the Election Commission of India is asking Rahul Gandhi ji to take an oath, I don't think that it should be wrong, because for elections, you give bond papers. The Deputy Chief Minister wrote a bond paper here that they will deliver guarantees. You print digital cards and you give digital cards like debit cards to people. You say that guarantees will become an act in the first cabinet, a Kanun. But till date in Telangana,
right,
that Kanun has not been done. And you give declarations, you give 420 promises. You say that kabhi bhi Telangana ke log hame yaad karenge, main wada karunga ki main aunga.
Well, let me ask you this, Krishan ji, let me ask you this. BRS lost in Telangana, the Congress won. वहां कोई वोटर फ्रॉड नहीं हुआ, आप लोग बोल भी नहीं रहे. एटलीस्ट रेज इट टू पुट प्रेशर ऑन द कांग्रेस पार्टी.
जब लोकसभा इलेक्शंस हुआ, यहां पे तो कांग्रेस सरकार में थी, एंड कांग्रेस गॉट 8 MPs. नाउ कांग्रेस शुड से, एंड द ड्राफ्ट्स वर प्रिपेयर्ड व्हेन दे वर इन गवर्नमेंट. दैट इज व्हाई आई एम सेइंग, प्रणेश जी, कि यहां पे जब ड्राफ्ट्स प्रिपेयर हुए, उनका ही सरकार था. जो आज राजन्ना जी ने पूछा, वही हम लोग भी पूछ रहे हैं. You were in the government here when the Lok Sabha elections were held. The BLOs are your ASHA workers. Returning officers are Group 1 officers, IASs of the state cadre. How can you question this?
That's what the Mantri did. He is no more a minister. Now, before I get in Shazia Ilmi and Karan Verma, Siddharth Sharma ji, good to have you on the show. No objections have been filed, sir. We have reactions of the representatives of political parties at district level, across party lines. They are saying, yes, we are satisfied with the process that the EC officials are following in undertaking SIR. What is the problem? When the EC calls opposition leaders for a meeting, no one turns up. And this protest march that Anish Gawande is talking about, if you see the pictures, I don't even have to describe them. People can see through what's happening. There is a two-window, a split visual that we will put out. And while you make your points, I want viewers to look at this closely. Siddharth Sharma ji.
Yes, sir. Pranesh, what happens is that when you said very succinctly that basically you're asking the means and not rather than the end, which is ECI's SIR in Bihar. And that's fair enough. But to say that a constitutional lawmakers can't walk to meet a constitutional authority is a rather very flimsy argument. For the first time in their lives, cricket fans are watching a farce where bowling side is not allowed to appeal. Every Indian cricket fan wants India to win, but not with a walkover. Rather, they would want a tight match played fair and square. Today what happened was representatives of 63% of people who voted against BJP in 2024, Aam Aadmi Party among them and TMC also, wanted to appeal to the umpire, and by not letting them do so, the Election Compromise of India has itself coined its slogan from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, Gali Gali mein chor hai, Bhajpa vote chor hai. The Election Compromise of India itself is today saying, that has itself put an adage to itself, that Gali Gali mein chor hai, Bhajpa vote chor hai. If even in a game of cricket, players can take a DRS, how come that's not allowed under
I'll tell you. Sir, I'll tell you how the DRS works, and because, you're bringing up the cricket comparison, this is not a case of bowling side not being allowed. Cricket may be bowling allowed hota sir, chucking is not allowed. And only one bowler bowls at a time. यहाँ पे 300 लोग एक साथ bowling कर रहे हैं, तो क्रिकेट मैच नहीं हो गया है. ये स्टोन पेल्टिंग है जो एब्रोगेशन ऑफ 370 से पहले कश्मीर में होती थी. This is stone pelting, this is not bowling. Now, Shazia Ilmi, respond to what you've heard from the opposition.
Yes, I hope you give me ample time, because all I've heard is a barrage of lies, and let me dissect each one of them and detonate these false bombs that are being used. First of all, I'd like to say that it's a bunch of sore losers who lie through their teeth, brazenly so, and work against the interests of their country and the representative constituencies, which is of different parts of India. And I tell you why I say that. By attacking constantly either the armed forces or the Supreme Court, because there have been ample versions and verdicts and observations and judgments of not just the Supreme Court but various high courts, whether it's Maharashtra or Karnataka or others, about how Election Commission has conducted itself. Now, because it's a sore losers, and they're caught lying every time. Just like Rahul Gandhi was when he went to the US and said, Sikhs are not allowed, they don't have the freedom to wear their turbans. Just like in 2019, 9th of May, Supreme Court forced Rahul Gandhi to tender an apology and write an affidavit about what he said about Rafael and Chowkidar. Just like how Rahul ran off during Pegasus, if you remember, creating a big tamasha and a hullabaloo, and then got scared when it came to his phone call. Right till the time when he made up stories about Indian Army at Doklam and Galwan, knowing very well that people are really wanted to know what his stand with China is and what is a secret wink-wink understanding of the Congress Party and the Communist Party of China. And not just that, the same Rahul Gandhi who was reprimanded just a few days back by none less than Supreme Court. And it's so shameful. The man, if he had any shame or decency, he would bury his head in shame and apologize to the people of India, because he was told by the Supreme Court, none less, that if you were a true Indian, you would not say this. about the Chinese taking 2,000 square kilometers of Indian territory. Let's leave it at that. Why is Rahul Gandhi scared to sign the affidavit? Is he scared because just like the Supreme Court said that have you any evidence? Have you any credibility in the matter? Who are your sources? Why are you quoting this? Why are you shooting off in media? Why aren't you coming out with any evidence? Similarly, just like the Election Commission is now calling out Rahul Gandhi, and not just that, there are many channels and it's out for everybody to see how shoddy his research was. And I want to go fact after fact, and rebut all the false claims. I mean, even do research properly. And I'll come to that. There's another spokesperson here, a young fellow, who just made himself out to be Anna Movement and Nirbhaya Andolan, whatever, believer or whatever. From somebody who's come from there. Let me tell you, from Anna Movement and from Nirbhaya Movement, let me tell you the asliyat of Congress party. And anybody who was there would not really defend Congress, because it was Congress who was beating up people, throwing tear gas shells which were expired, and throwing octogenarians into jail. But anyway, coming to the main points. No, listen to me. Rahul Gandhi says that about, do you know when Bangalore Central constituency, South constituency was after demilitation, when it was created, 2009. So when K.N. Rajanna actually says that it was on our watch, they were our electoral rolls, because we all have heard of BLOs and BLAs. BLOs are teachers and the staff that the Election Commission uses for verification. They don't have their own elaborate machinery. And BLAs, which are the cadres of the party, whose job it is to figure out as to how many votes are there and whether they're real or not. That it was on our watch and these lists were made.
No, that we've discussed over the last few days, Shazia Ilmi. The opposition is saying, why can't opposition MPs protest? Why were they roughed up?
No, they're repeating the false claims. But, okay, coming to that, very specifically, let me answer again. Now, Election Commission is saying, please come talk to us. But we want to do a tamasha. You don't want to do that. You want to march. Police is saying, please go and talk. There are 30 people who have been invited. But there's a tussle going on amongst all of them. I'll go, you'll go. They all want to go because they hate each other secretly. And you know how they're warring with each other, whether it's Bihar or it's West Bengal or in Punjab. So we all know that. So they can't figure out the 30-member team which will speak. But they have to do a tamasha. And tell me, and the police said, please, you're most welcome to go, but there are so many of you, we have to keep it in control.
No, you are calling this a tamasha. The opposition is saying how insensitive can the government be, that one member was even fainting. She fainted on camera. There were others also who were, visibly uncomfortable.
I wish... Yeah, well, I mean, this is real life. Come out of your fancy houses and see what the real world is. This is how your constituency lives. If you talk about Miss Moitra, इतनी गर्मी बर्दाश्त नहीं हुई. हम आंदोलन वालों से पूछिए, ये होती है गर्मी. बड़ी बड़ी बातें करना आसान है, निकलिए बाहर. और अब बेहोश हो गई, 2 दिन निकलना पड़ गया गर्मी धूप में. ये है असली जिंदगी, ये है भारत, मैडम मोइत्रा.
Many hands going up, Anish, Professor Pasha, but Karan Verma. पहले तो राहुल गांधी को महात्मा गांधी से कंपेयर कर दिया. उसके बाद निखिल बोलते हैं रैंडम मिनिस्टर, रैंडम एमएलए. प्रोफेसर पाशा बोलते हैं हम सोशल जस्टिस की लड़ाई लड़ रहे हैं.
नहीं, मुझे जवाब देने दीजिए जरा. देखिए, निखिल स्टार्टेड स्मर्किंग द वे राहुल गांधी वाज कंपेयर्ड टू महात्मा गांधी, आई थिंक बाय प्रमोद तिवारी. तो मैं निखिल से जरा पूछना चाहूंगा, भाई अगर आप असली में महात्मा गांधी की बात मानते हैं, उन्होंने तो कहा था कांग्रेस शुड बी डिसबैंडेड. उन्होंने कहा कांग्रेस खत्म कर दो. कब खत्म कर रहे हो आप कांग्रेस को? पहले तो ये बताओ. और दूसरी चीज जो कही महात्मा गांधी ने, वो तो राम राज्य की बात करते थे. आप तो राम को काल्पनिक घोषित कर देते हो, वो भी एफिडेविट पे लिख के. इलेक्शन कमीशन पे एफिडेविट नहीं देते हो, वहां एफिडेविट दे देते हो. तो ये तो दूसरी बात हो गई. बट प्रणेश, what is extremely telling is the insolent manner in which Nikhil completely dismissed K.N. Rajanna ji. This is a 50-year-old career, Nikhil. Just let that sink in. Before even Rajiv Gandhi entered politics. And what did he say? And your language, what the hell were they doing? What the hell, just to reply back to you, what the hell were your 40,000 polling agents in Karnataka doing? अगर वहां महादेवपुर में आप कह रहे हो फेक रोल्स हैं, सब है, what were they doing? That is exactly the question that was asked by K.N. Rajanna. Why did you sign the Form 17C? भाई थोड़े आप नियम कानून जानोगे. How can you sign the Form 17C that attests that you have no problem with it? तो आप जवाब नहीं दोगे. Then he goes on to say, this is not Rahul Gandhi's work. It is the Election Commission's work. Yes, God damn it, this is the Election Commission's work under Article 324. Let them conduct the SIR. In fact, Rahul Gandhi has made even a stronger case for SIR, talking about duplication of votes, talking about deceased voters. किस दुनिया में रहते हो आप निखिल? एंड ये हमारे आपके जो प्रवक्ता हैं उन्होंने बहुत बड़ी बात कही. इन्होंने कहा गली गली में शोर है, ये इलेक्शन कमीशन को चोर कहा, इन्होंने ये सब कहा. मैं बताता हूं सर, एक पिक्चर आई थी चोर मचाए शोर. आज हमने वही देखा है. मैं नाम नहीं किसी का ले रहा. कोई चारा चोरी करके बैठा हुआ है, वो शोर मचा रहा है. कोई कहता है मेरी लॉगिन आईडी पासवर्ड चोरी हो गई, वो शोर मचा रहा है. कोई कह रहा है नेशनल हेराल्ड में 5,000 करोड़ की पता नहीं संपत्ति कहां चली गई, कैसे मेरी और ट्रांसफर हो गई, वो शोर मचा रहा है. तो ये चोर मचाए शोर है आज का टाइटल जो एक्चुअली हम देख रहे हैं. द ग्रामर ऑफ अनार्की अनवेलिंग राइट देयर. एंड प्रणेश, इट्स अ सैड डे फॉर डेमोक्रेसी. ये 50th एनिवर्सरी ऑफ इमरजेंसी मना रहे हैं निखिल एंड द ऑपोजिशन प्रीटी मच.
No, while the opposition, Anish, the point that he was making, that we have all the right to, to protest, of course. But what are they doing beyond protest? They wanted to protest because they thought we should have a meeting with the Election Commission, but you're out on streets. And when the poll panel wants you to come and meet, and the idea was through the letter that let's have a dialogue. No one turns up.
Pranesh, this is not a protest. It's a fight against the Indian system. That is what it is.
Fight against the Indian state.
That is what it is. This
Before
is not
we
a
go
protest.
any further, listen to a reaction coming in. This is breaking news coming in. We were talking about the Karnataka minister. And DK Shivkumar, the Karnataka deputy CM, says we have to bow to the High Command. Listen to this.
Don't know about it. My party will be looking at everything. My party will be looking at it, and on what contest decision has been taken. You all know about it. I don't want to comment on that. We all have to bow to the decision of the party high command.
उनकी कोई गलती नहीं थी. We have to bow to the decision of the high command. Who is the high command? Not Mr. Khadge. ये तो आपके अपने लोग बोल रहे हैं, निखिल जैन. Now don't blame the BJP for this.
Karan, when the same thing, Pranesh, when the same thing happens in the BJP, you call it discipline. When the same thing will happen in a state where a chief minister is removed just because he wasn't using some sort of kind words or
1 minute, one minute, Nikhil Jain, discipline के लिए भी process होता है. We are in a democracy. This is not North Korea. 1 minute. Was the Mantri show-caused? Did you get his response? And how does it happen so quickly?
Process to sack a minister. There is no process to sack a minister, number one. Number two, you are so concerned about this minister from the tribal community who spent 50 years in his political life. Very well he did that. We'll all appreciate him for that. Are you concerned about Mahua Manji, the tribal member of parliament who was detained by the Delhi police like she was some, hoodlum on the street? Are you concerned
when
about
people protest, Nikhil Jain, maybe you've not seen protests, you've not been part of protests. When people protest without permission, the police has powers to detain them. They were not taken to some jail. The detention, 1 minute, the detention is procedural. The detention is procedural. And what is the procedure that was followed in Karnataka to sack the minister? You are celebrating that there is nothing to, there is no law, no rule to sack a minister. This is the Rahul Gandhi mindset when he holds a press conference to undermine the whole cabinet and the Prime Minister and says, what I think about this ordinance should be torn up and thrown in the bin. This is that moment for the Congress party.
Oh my God. Pranesh, will you just keep on talking about things from the past that hold very little significance, but simply not
1 minute, things from the past is Mahatma Gandhi from the future. Mahatma Gandhi se compare kar rahe hain. So you are going back to past to compare Rahul Gandhi to Mahatma Gandhi, and you have a problem when I am giving you examples. Professor Pasha, इस मानसिकता के लिए आप कुछ बोलिए. देखिए, आप नेशनल स्पोक्सपर्सन आरजेडी के जरूर हैं, लेकिन आप हिस्ट्री, पॉलिटिकल साइंस के स्टूडेंट भी हैं सर. इसको कैसे देखना चाहिए कि एक पार्टी जिसमें इतनी भी डेमोक्रेसी नहीं है कि एक शेड्यूल्ड ट्राइब मंत्री को ऐसे हटा देते हैं और उसके बाद बोलते हैं रैंडम मंत्री, रैंडम एमएलए.
प्रणेश जी, डिसिप्लिन ये भी है कि हमारे जो पराक्रमी सेना है, सूफिया, कर्नल सूफिया, उसको कहा जाता है कि ये तो आतंकवादियों की बहन है, एंड दैट मिनिस्टर रिमेन्स इन द गवर्नमेंट टिल डेथ. नो एक्शन हैज बीन टेकन अगेंस्ट हिम, नो कंडेमनेशन फ्रॉम द पार्टी साइड. This is one set of discipline there. What about our Honorable Vice President of India, who was forced to resign?
अनवर पाशा जी, कर्नल सोफिया कुरैशी पे मैं आपको कह दूं, उनके जो कमेंट्स थे वो सबने कंडेम किए. अगर मैं पोजीशन ले रहा हूं कर्नल सोफिया कुरैशी पे, तो आप क्यों नहीं ले सकते राजन्ना पे? एंड बाय द वे, इफ यू वांट टू शो मिरर टू द बीजेपी, अब आप सोचिए, आपकी ये बात कितनी अच्छी लगती अगर आप बोलते कि कांग्रेस ने वही गलती की है जो बीजेपी ने की है. बीजेपी ने उस मंत्री को शेल्टर किया और कांग्रेस पार्टी ने इस मंत्री के साथ इंजस्टिस किया निकाल के. फिर आप पूछिए शाजिया इल्मी को जवाब देने बोलिए उनको, लेकिन आप बोल नहीं रहे. बट लेट शाजिया इल्मी रेस्पॉन्ड टू द पॉइंट दैट यू रेज्ड. नाउ शाजिया इल्मी.
So, you know something, I would respond to the point, and I have responded many times, and our party has unequivocally condemned and he's apologized. But I don't like the way, when they get into a sticky position, they slip out. So I'm not going to let them slip away and let them allow them to derail, because clearly a member of the scheduled tribes of India, a very senior Congress leader, has been humiliated by Rahul Gandhi only because he's speaking the truth. So this random Rahul, who does the most random things, who's only there because he's part of some royalty, Congress royalty, is treating the real men and women of earth, you know, of the soil, so badly only because they speak the truth. And this is not the first time.
Okay.
How many senior leaders have been humiliated by this fellow, this random fellow called Rahul Gandhi?
Yeah, because you see, there's an unwritten rule that you can't take on the parivar. You can't. Now, let's come back to the point we were discussing. Anish, Sharad Pawar over the weekend said 2 people came to meet me. They said things. I said, you know, let's discuss this with Rahul Gandhi. Why didn't Sharad Pawar alert the Election Commission?
So Pranesh, firstly I want to say, let's not go into this anti-Adivasi stance of the Congress party. Was it wrong on grounds of procedure? Perhaps. But this anti-Adivasi logic demeans the debate on this show today, because then I can call others on this show anti-Muslim, anti-Hindu, anti-Adivasi, because the 300 MPs who protested today were from all caste, creeds, communities and religions, right? So I think you're valid in your critique of the party and the procedural decision it took, but this painting of anti-Adivasi trivializes the debate significantly, right? Now, for the question as to why Pawar Sahib raised the statement he did is a very good question, and I wanted to clarify this again and again on your show. Let me reiterate time and again that the NCP Sharad Chandra Pawar has faith in the Election Commission of India. We have 92 cases pending before various courts, including the City Civil Court to the Supreme Court, about the Maharashtra elections. We have gone.
That's the way to go, Anish. That's the answer to my question. That when you have so many cases pending, how does a court case work? You have to sign an affidavit. You have to sign an affidavit. S-I-G-N, sign. Sign an affidavit. Then the case begins in the court. But look at the approach here. We will not sign. We will not have any meeting. Karan, where is this headed?
So this is the right way, Pranesh, as you rightly pointed out. Unlike the Aam Aadmi Party, by the way, in 2017, 3 of their MLAs had said that the election has been stolen from us, and they did not even turn up for the recount. Samajwadi Party in the 2022 UP election, and Congress also in 2 other elections, Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh. So this is the typical shoot and scoot politics jo hai inki. This is the grammar of anarchy that they want, and they are fighting against the Indian system. It is very, very clear now. Kuch bacha nahi hai isme dekhne ko. They don't want to sign any affidavit. They don't want to reply to any institution. Just cast aspersions and move on. Throw dirt and run away.
Let's see how this protest unfolds in the days to come. I thank all of you for joining us on debate number 1. Viewers, let's shift our attention